One of the last big panels to come out of Star Wars Celebration, the Star Wars Visions panel gave us a look at new episodes releasing in less than a month, so here I'll be continuing my coverage of Star Wars Celebration with this panel. I'll be covering everything we learned from Star Wars Celebration this weekend, both with individual videos and an overall summary of everything later next week, so stay tuned for all of that. The Star Wars Visions panel gave us lots of new information regarding the upcoming season, a brand new trailer, and those in attendance even got to see one of the episodes, so I'll be going through all of that here. For a basis of where I stand on these, I enjoyed the first season for the most part. There were definitely some episodes that stood out to me more than others, and I'd say my enjoyment varied widely depending on the episode, but they were fun stories and a good way to spend a day. The episodes were short enough to binge them all in a day, but still long enough to tell what felt like a complete story. So now getting into the panel, there isn't much to break down with the trailer, but I do love how unique each animation style is from each other. It seems like there's a good balance of Jedi, Sith, pilots, and just regular citizens, so no matter what kind of Star Wars you like, there should be something here for you. There were a few animation styles and clips that really stood out to me in the trailer, but I'm not exactly sure what studio they're from. One of them was the smoother animation that reminded me a bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the other one was what I believe is stop motion. The Stormtrooper just looked so real to me, and then we see the old woman use the Force to open up some kind of Jedi passageway. It looks like most, if not all of them, are set during the reign of the Empire, but that isn't necessarily something that I mind, because of how different each story will turn out to be. As was the case with the first season, I'm sure no two stories will look or feel the same. That is one of the reasons I'm so glad they decided to expand the animation studios for this season, with them being from all over the world now. It increases the variety of animation styles, and the type and tone of stories being told. To get some other information, all 9 shorts will be released on Disney Plus on May 4th. We already knew this, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning again. The cast for each short was revealed, with some being larger than others, and while most of them are unfamiliar to me, there are a few that stand out. Steve Blum, the voice of Zeb in Rebels, will be voicing a character in the Diar Shatadrio short, and Dennis Larson will be returning for Ardman short to voice Wedge Antilles. Screecher's Reach from Cartoon Saloon was described as an Irish ghost story with a twist. And the Stars from Punk Robot is a story of 2 sisters who lost everything, inspired by real-world Chilean history and issues. It was made with handmade models and then 3D scanned to create the computer models. The Ardman short is centered around a family race day hosted by Wedge Antilles, and director Magdalena Osinska described it as a love letter to mothers. The Studio Mir short, titled Journey to the Dark Head, is the story of a Jedi and a Sith war, and will tell a version of the first prehistoric war between the Jedi and the Sith. The Spy Dancer from Studio La Cachette is based on the French Resistance and real dancers that gathered information from enemy officers in cabarets. The Bandits of Golak features an Indian Inquisitor with Purge troopers. From Triggerfish, Oz Song is the story of a girl that connects with the Force through song. So, like I mentioned before, each short is set to tell a very different story with very unique inspiration behind it. Each one has something interesting about it, and a few of them had caught my attention when the titles were first announced a while back. But getting to learn a little more about Spy Dancer, that one really interests me a ton, with its historic influence and how it'll translate into what I assume will be the era of the Galactic Civil War. Let me know how excited you are for these episodes in the comments below. Remember to like the video, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and check out all of my other coverage of Star Wars Celebration this weekend. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.